Blessings to you. Whitestone 777. Blessings. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Not sure that I've ever seen you on here before. Blessings to you. Hold on 1 second. Send this out just to a few people. Pray that you guys are doing well today. Today has been a very peaceful day. It's been one of those type of days where if I can be, oh, Mr. Jocelyn White, that's who that is. Oh, okay, I'm like, listen, I don't know who Whitestone 777 is. I'm like, I don't know who that is. Hey, Miss Allen, listen. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Today's been one of those days where I don't know if you guys have ever like felt like you know that you slept, but you know that you just feel like I hadn't got enough like rest. I have literally not gotten, enough rest. And so it's been one of those days where I'm always grateful for the moments where God kind of keeps me busy, keeps me steady. I'm grateful for those days where I'm like, okay, God, I'm ready to go to sleep by the time I actually, sit down at nighttime. And so I wanted to come on and give you guys an update. I had to take a few minutes to just get myself refreshed and things like that. But right now we still have a goal. I still need to get dog food. I'm not really concerned about food for myself right now. Hey Capone. I'm really not concerned. I have been so busy. I um haven't really been that hungry, if that makes sense. And so right now, that is our goal. My goal is to go ahead and be able to go and get the dog food in a few minutes. And so I want to say for a small bag, it's about Capone. For a small bag, it's probably about $13, and they'll need like some soft dog food. And so I want to say that around 15 or 16 would cover their dog food. The extra 10 was just so that I could get something to eat. But like I said, I'm not really hungry right now in this moment. And so I had to be obedient and just coming on to let you guys know, like, hey, Natasha Kemp, like where we are. So I still need to go get dog food, and I'm not sure if God is gonna make me get some food for myself, but right now it's just about getting dog food. And so if you're able to sow towards that goal, can you just give me a one on the screen? And for some reason, Miss Allen, I say not, God says not you. Oh, for some reason, Miss Allen, God says to tell you no. He says tell you again, no. He see your heart, like he sees your heart, but no, no. He says no. God says tell her no. The goal is still the same. Dog food is probably gonna run me around 15 or 16 bucks. And everything else, God knows, everything else is going to go towards everything else is just gonna go towards me getting myself something to eat. I still have to make groceries, but I believe my coach is going to change something. So I have not went to get groceries because I'm waiting to see if he's gonna change my plan again. Because he did say he was working on some things. And so I'm gonna say the goal is probably with my food included, probably around 30 bucks, 25 to 30 bucks. And that'll make sure that I'm able to, God knows, Miss Allen, he said to tell you no, no, because there are other people that watch these broadcasts that are able to sow, that get much from these broadcasts. And so if you're sowing, can you just simply give me a one on the screen? I even now just feel like, with these broadcasts and really any ministry, especially online ministries, when you know a leader is blessing you, your leader shouldn't have to toil, to get what they need, especially when you see that your leader has a need, because the leader doesn't make you toil when it comes to, God says, I need to say, the leader don't make you toil when it comes to pouring out to you, when it comes to revelation, when it comes to teaching and preaching the word of God. What's up, Mrs. James? The leader don't make y'all toil and do all of that. Uh-uh, not at all. So, we have to get out of the habit of being spectators, right? What if God was a spectator to your life? What if he just looked at your situation and said, "Well, I could help them, but I'ma just, but I'ma just, spectate. I'ma just watch to see what happens." What if God did that to us? Man, we would be messed up. We'd be toe up from the flow up. That's what we used to say when I was kids. Messed up, toe up from the flow up. And I know that is ebonics all day long, but that's like it just simply means you'll be real messed up, toe up from the flow up, jacked up. We all would be. And so again, I just came on here to give you guys that update. This has been a very odd place that God has had me in. I'm like some of you guys, I've been waiting. And I think, when you're pursuing something new, but also waiting, on God to release certain details to you, that is like kind of the most awkward place to be in, because it's like, Lord, you've had me put an offer on this home, you've had me put an offer on this house, but I'm waiting to hear back if they accepted my offer. And so it's been very, very odd. Even like down to like my God has taught me like just how much I need him, just how much we need him. Like he's allowed certain things to like I did put an offer in Saturday. I did. I have not heard back. I reached out to my realtor today. She said, I knew it was God. God be using her. Y'all just don't. From the first time we went to view a home, like last week, I'm like, God, I hear you talking to me through this girl. Like she believes, she's a Christian. She believes in God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus. And she was just like, what's for you is for you, because it's the housing market. And I'm gonna just talk for a little bit because I feel like God wants me to. Like the housing market is really very, very like it's vicious. Like it is a seller's market. People are out here, offering everything, like what she said, like what my realtor said, everything but their blood. It is very competitive. Houses will be on the market one day, the next day they are gone. Like, and so I was a little bit like, am I gonna find a house? God, you gave me this vision. I'm walking in all these houses and I'm like, no, 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 double no, triple no. This ain't it. No, no, no. And so it's been a very, very just all of these situations all together. Even my dog, it's just been I've been dealing with a lot of things where it's literally nothing I can do, but wait and let God be God. And so the thing about it is like, most people think that like when God has you waiting that, you're a sitting duck, right? I know I used to feel that way in my wilderness. I used to feel like, God, I'm a sitting duck. I used to be dreading it. The wait used to be filled with anxiety. But it's like, even with everything that I've been going through, like God has had me, I don't even think y'all realize how busy he has had me. I'd be like, God, I just want some sleep. Can I just chill and take a break? I don't want to, can I just rest? Can I just go to bed? And so it's just when your focus is really on God, the weight doesn't have to like, for real, Mrs. James, it's like, your weight don't have to be awful when your eyes are focused on God. Like he makes sure that like while you're waiting that you can still be productive, because it's like at the root of it, like what else can you do? We can't bring the promise to pass ourselves. And so what I've noticed is that there are always other things that he needs me to do while I wait. Like I have not been at home really. Like I check on Bella, feed her, give her water. She's currently standing up on her own, her strength is coming back. And so it's really not been much I can do but focus like on other things. Even like when it revolves around like the housing thing, I could sit and just be anxious, anxious, anxious. When am I going to hear back? I could be focused on the financial aspect of it, but like God has had me so busy with other things. Okay, tell the apartment complex you're not renewing this lease so they can send you this paperwork in. It's like when they sent me the paperwork and, it's like a list of everything that you need to clean. Like, it gave me something that I can work towards, because what I can do is start cleaning this apartment. I've already started packing, but these are just little things that it's like, if you're just willing to trust God while you wait, your wait won't be awful if your eyes are on him. And so this time is very, very um different for me. It's very much so different. It's very different. Like I say, I've been by the time I get home, y'all, I'll be like ready to go back to sleep. I'll be ready to go to bed. God knows. I'll be like, oh God, I'm ready to go to bed. Like, I'm ready to go, like, to sleep. Like, and so that's what God has shown me in this season, like with everything that I've been dealing with. But at the same time, God has shown me a lot of the things that like went wrong prior to like this home thing, how it was all a test of faith. Even though some of it was demonic, God used it to test my faith. And a lot of times I think, we can hear someone say that, right before breakthrough comes, your greatest test comes. Right before, victory comes, like your greatest battle comes. And people, will hear that, but they never think it gets as bad as sometimes it gets, right? But like in every single season, right before God shifted me, it was always, met with a time prior to it where I'm battling, like my faith, I'm battling to give up, you name it. But even though God has shown me, when you pass those tests, how quickly the turnaround comes. Even with my dog, it was rough toting her down the stairs, but like as God gave me strategy, and as the vet saw her this past week, it's like she's only been on the medicine 2 days and she already like is standing up, and so I think that's the biggest lesson of this season is just patience, and more so trusting God during the wait. Sometimes, we'll be waiting and we say we trust God, but we worrying. We really not trusting God in the wait, in the moments where ain't nothing happening. We ain't heard back, or we really don't be, or we be all sad and depressed. This was me like before I got that audit, y'all. Looking back, I'm like, "Oh, Jesus, thank you for growth." That day that I got the phone call that, hey, you can pick up your ID. I want to say it was like a day or so. It's like that day that the bank called me and told me that, I was so depressed. Like, I was not waiting in faith. I'm being transparent. I was not waiting in faith, and that's just real. I was laying in the bed in the middle of the day, because it was like 12 noon, 11, 12. So it's bright outside. It's a beautiful day. And I'm laying in the dark, looking out the window, being sad. Until the Holy Spirit's like, get up and just start praising God, no matter what it turns out. And 30 seconds into me just saying, God, if I get the car, if I don't, I'll still serve you. The bank calls and says, boom, you got it. And so it just goes to show you that there is a difference in how you wait. You can wait and and be tormented while you wait because of your own doing and your lack of faith. But this season has taught me like what it means to wait in faith. Does that make sense? I pray that I'm not rambling. But does that make sense? Like, this season has taught me like, God, I actually like trusted you while I've been waiting this time. I haven't been hyper focused on any issues that have arisen. I haven't, I've been having to catch myself. I'm human, because your mind get to wondering about the how. I've been having to check myself, but for the most part, it's been, okay, God, I trust you. What you need me to do now? And so that's it. Believe that was what God wanted me to share. And so, update on the house, we just waiting on the seller. I'm sure that they got several offers. I honestly don't believe that it's as many offers as they claim it was. I think it's just one of those things where the seller's trying to figure out what's the best deal. But like I said, like, what's for you is for you. Like, if God says something is yours, who can take that from you? He'll move heaven, hell, earth, and everything in between to make sure that you get what's for you. When I got that Audi, the car salesman is like, because it was a process. It took about a week, a few days to a week for me to get everything straight on my end. You know, car salesman, like, he's pressuring me. Somebody else just came to look at it. And I just had to say, God, it'll get handled when it's handled. If it's my car, it's my car. Listen, that car was still there by the time the sale went through. And that's just real. I feel that same way about like that home. Like I legitimately like feel like that's my house. Like I can see where all my furniture going. Like that's God, that's my house. So I don't care how many offers they got. You will make me stand out. Even if it means that other people got a bag out of the deal, you will make it happen if it's mine. And that's just like as you grow, you don't worry about stuff like that. Job opportunities, baby. If it's your job, can't nothing stop keep you from that job. That's for somebody. Like the things that we stress about. I've never not known God not to give me my portion, especially when I've stayed the course, especially when I didn't give up, especially, like when I've trusted him. Like that's just real. Like the things we stress about. God is my book gonna sell? What did God say about your products? Did he say your business was gonna, be a multi-billion-dollar business? Because honestly, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is what God said. Blessings to you. The only thing that matters is like what God said. Nothing else matters. But what we get tripped up at is, we start doing two things. We start comparing what we see right now to what God said, which creates doubt, or we try to handle it in our own strength, handle all the hows, all the details in our own strength, and it creates even more doubt. It makes you feel even more like you're not capable of like receiving what God has for you. And so like this season has really taught me to relax in the wait. It's really brought me to a deeper level of what it really means to trust God, right? Baby, you will drive yourself crazy trying to figure out all the details, trying to figure out the house. You will drive yourself right into, camping and making a whole house in Lodabar if you let your mind wander. So that's why I say, like, I've been checking myself. I have literally been checking myself because what God says is what goes. And so that's the season. Even with my dog, I'm like, God, I know what you said. She not gonna die, and that's literally all I had. And I trusted God during the wait, and now she's on the up and up. And so that's really what I felt led to kind of just talk about right now. As you guys can see, I really want to lay down and take a nap. Like God knows, I'm really like, God, can I just lay down and just shut my eyes for like 10 minutes? But that's it. What's yours is yours. What's yours is yours. Stop worrying about stuff. Stop freaking out. Allow God to like shift your focus while you wait. Like I said, it's a million other things you can be doing while you wait. Like when I saw that list of like how extensive I gotta clean, I'm like, oh Jesus. Yeah, I got 2 months, 3 months, 2 months, 2 months and a few days to like get it all done. But I'm like, while I wait, like it is what it is. And it's like honestly, like while you wait, the things that God tells you to do, they are oftentimes things that encourage your faith. Okay. Can I just flow a little bit? Like if you just allow God to like you allow yourself to keep your eyes focused on God and allow God to show you what you need to do, a lot of the things that He has you doing are things that increase your faith. I was gonna wait until March 8th when the deadline was to tell them folks, listen, I'm not renewing my lease. God said no. So I called them today. They sent me over the paperwork that I gotta fill out, or the form rather. And I'm like, if this don't, increase my faith in knowing that I'm about to get a house, because I'm like, God, I gotta put the forwarding address in case they owe me money. So it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, how could that not increase my faith? How could that not make the new thing that I'm believing God for? How could it not increase my faith that I'm gonna get that home? Because I'm like, I got a few days. to give them an address on where I'm going, which means to me, my faith says it's going to go in my favor. Am I making sense? It's kind of like when he moved me out of the wilderness. You know, he asked me, what does faith look like? And at the time, I'm believing God for living arrangements. I'm believing for God to like physically shift me out of what was one of the roughest seasons of my life. Do you not think that my faith was even more encouraged when I saw all of my items like in the living room of my mom's house? Like straight up, like it made me it excited me because it's like, God, you're gonna do this thing. And what did he do? A few months later, he did it. Before I got the Audi, or before I got the Audi, the old ministry car, that 22-year-old vehicle, it was already cleaned all the way out. Before I got rid of the Audi, like a month before, everything was already packed in like a garbage bag, like all the, like the little small things that it was all packed up. So literally all I had to do when I got the car I have now was transfer whatever bag it was into my new car. And so it's like faith, moves before, or faith sees it before it happens. And so it's like those little acts of obedience, it increases your faith to know that something is shifting for you. Something is about to change, that where you are is not where you're going to stay. And honestly, that's what this season has been like for me with trusting God in the way every single thing he's told me to do. It's like, if this ain't increasing my faith, Lord, I don't know what is. I don't know what is, because I'm like, once I turn this paper in, I can't, I haven't felt led to fill it out and send it back to him, but it lets me know I'm about to get a favorable answer. And not only that, it's like, my dogs finna have a backyard of their own. Ain't gonna be no more stairs. Y'all can't even understand. I don't have to see another set of stairs for as long as I live. And I mean that. Like, as far as living arrangements, I don't have to see another. I won't be mad if I never ever see a stair again, unless it's like the stairs that lead up to heaven. I don't care. That's just how over it I am with these stairs. Y'all cannot know. I'm like, Jesus, I ain't trying to be funny, but I really don't have to have another set of stairs nowhere near me. I wouldn't be bothered. I would be good. But yep, obedience increases faith. It increases your ability to trust that God did say what he said over your life. Listen, Natasha, I'm like, 3 dogs going up and downstairs. I've been telling my dogs, I'm like, Capone, you finna listen, instead of you pulling me down these stairs, buddy, you finna have a backyard to yourself. I'm like, y'all finna have a backyard. Y'all can run, play yourself out. Don't get muddy, but you can play yourself out. And I'm good. Like, that is like literally how I feel. Like, you just know when a season is over, it's over, you know. And it's not me being ungrateful for where I am. I'm very grateful for like this place that I've lived for these years. But like when the season shifted, even before I started the home buying process, like, you just know the signs are all around you. I used to didn't mind the stairs. Now it's like I'll be walking down the stairs with my dogs, Capone and Sweetie, right now. Even Bella, I listen, big girl, heavy. I said, big girl, the next time we hit these stairs, you walking down these stairs, you getting in the car, and you going to the house to your backyard. That's it. It's a wrap for the stairs, big girl. Even when it's just, you just know when the season changes. And I can sit down and watch in the summer or from the window when it's cold. Yes, listen, Mrs. James, listen, you are in the vein. When I was looking at that home, the windows, the natural lighting, the windows, and all I could think was, I can see my dogs out these windows. I can set up my office desk right here by one of these windows, and I can watch them. I sure can. I can watch them play. Absolutely. I ain't gotta go out there with them. Y'all, when it's raining, my dogs have a knack for it. If it's raining, they take all day long. If it's super duper cold, they gonna listen, they gonna walk around, they gonna roam, they gonna do everything but use the bathroom. I kid y'all not. They do it. Listen, it's I can't even explain this home. I was so shocked. I was telling the realtor, like, I was walking into this home expected to be disappointed. She said, why? She said, because the pictures did not do it justice. And it's like the more and more I walked, I'm like, Lord, this it. Listen, they do everything but what they supposed to do. I'd be like, well, yeah, the windows. I'm like, Lord, I'm ready. And it was just so prophetic, how the home was set up. I guess the people that live there now, the people that are selling the home, one room was an office. I guess this woman did nails or something. I'm just like, how it's just prophetic because it's God letting me know it's a part of me needing a home was space. I ran out of room for the businesses that God has given me, and I just needed space to have like a home office. And so that it was just prophetic. The color scheme of how they had it decorated, it's the exact color of all of my furniture. Listen, they don't be listen, Mrs. James. You should hear me telling Capone. I be like, come on. He's the worst. He the worst. Sometimes he'll do it quickly, and sometimes he like to run. It be 5 o'clock in the morning. He running. I'm like, sir. I be stopping. I be fussing at him like, sir. What we not gonna do is run. It's too early. I'm not even all the way woke, and you want to run on this leash? No, no. And so, the home itself was just very prophetic, you know, very prophetic. And so, I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I am. And so that's been my wait. That's been, my days. Um, while I wait, just doing what God say do, focusing on what I can do, doing the little things that I can do so that it's not as strenuous when the promise does come. And I think that, that's where a lot of people get it twisted. Because sure enough, like towards the end of your process, they like kids. They are like kids. You absolutely. I was just gonna say that they're like kids. They're expensive too. They like kids. Yes, they are. But a lot of times what people don't realize because sometimes we're so battle weary by the end of a season. And so it's like God telling us to do anything else, like it becomes exhausting. But like what people don't realize is that a lot of times God gives the instructions that He does so that when it's time to receive the promise, you're ready. I started packing a few weeks ago. And so it's just like God's way of saying, like, you know, this is one less thing that you will have to do. When it's time, you won't have to spend that time packing up, every single thing. Now, yes, there are some things that I use that I have not packed, some other stuff that I can start packing, but it's like obedience prepares you to just be able to receive. I can't even imagine, like in the wilderness, had I not packed up that room, prior to, I would have been so stressed out. I would not have had the physical strength, yet alone spiritual strength to pack up. But because I had already packed, especially coming from such a huge test, huge hit right before the season shifted, I wouldn't have had the faith to pack. And so you never know why God is telling you to do what He's telling you, to do. He knows the future. He knows why He's telling you to do the things that He's telling you to do, but it's just up to us to like obey. And so that's it. That's kind of where my mindset is. That is it. That's it. I told God, I said, when I get this house, my dog's gonna be the first. Listen, I'm taking a dog a trip. The house is not far. I said, I'm taking a dog a trip because I cannot put them all three in. It'll be chaotic. I said, I'm packing one dog up, carrying some boxes. I'm coming back to picking another one up, carrying some more boxes, and that's just how we gonna do it. But I say, Lord, no. And so that's it. That's what God wanted me to share. I keep saying that and he keeps talking, which I don't mind. But it's just a part of like what this season has been like so far. Trusting God in a different way while I wait. Um, so that's it. That is it. I did get what I needed for dog food and for something to eat for myself. Like I say, I've been so busy. Food has really been. I don't know if y'all have y'all ever experienced it where like food is like the least of your concern. Either you're so tired or so busy that you're not even like really worrying about food, what I'm gonna eat. It's just God. I just want to go. I ain't hungry. I'm good. That's been me for like the past 2 weeks. I'm not hungry, God. I can have a snack, but I don't want nothing heavy. I'm good. And so yeah, I'm gonna get on off of here. Take these dogs outside and I'm gonna go get this dog food. And I may work out. I don't know. I'm gonna try to. But that's it. That is it. I pray that if any of this was for you, that you were at least able to glean something just from me just sitting and talking and sharing what God needed me. You notice it when stress levels rise up. You know, the thing about stress will make you do two things. Stress will make you overeat, or it will make you not want to eat at all. I haven't been stressed. I've just been busy. I've just like been so busy and so tired from being so busy that like sometimes God like literally has to tell me, you need to eat. Like you need to eat. And then I be going back and forth with God, like, nah, God, I ain't hungry. I don't want nothing to eat, God. And then my stomach start feeling funny. So I don't have no choice but to eat. And then I immediately start, or he allows me to start feeling a little bit queasy. And then when I eat, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm good now. I can make it. But yeah, that's been me the past few weeks. And so that's it, y'all. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys giving me your time because y'all don't have to. Y'all don't have to view come on and view these broadcasts. But I thank you guys for trusting the God in me to even give me your time. I don't take that lightly. But I'm about to get off of here. I love y'all. I'm rooting for you. To those of you guys that need prayer for anything or have a testimony, you guys can send it to prayer.thoughtsbyt at gmail.com. And so until next time, y'all. Peace.